Kings, queens, and in-betweens, welcome back to the City Boys podcast. On this episode, we are going to be reviewing St. Louis City's road victory over the San Jose Earthquakes, doing a banger of a kit clash. We are going to give our 3 points, break down the goals for you, and of course, preview our next opponent, LAFC. But before we get into any of it, I am delighted to be back. My name is Ethan Thornton, and I'm joined by two of my best friends in the whole world. First, we're going to kick it to Jacob. Jacob, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great, boys. Pretty easy Monday of work, all things considered. Coming off a pretty long weekend, though. We're going to get into it in a second here. I don't want to hog the mic too much. So, Grayson, how are you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing good. I also had a hell of a weekend. Had another wedding to go to. I had so many weddings this year. Another wedding to go to is my buddy Alex and Juliet this time. Congratulations to them. They left me with a temporary tattoo with their names on it. I went to my favorite band, had a concert last night in St. Louis. That was Peach Pit, and they were incredible.
That's awesome.
It was just an awesome show, a great time, and got to see a city dub this weekend. So good. Great weekend.
I mean, you can't beat that, Grayson. I can't lie. I'm over here in Louisville, Kentucky, so that 10:30 kickoff was a tad bit brutal. I was experiencing MLS After Dark in its finest hours.
Oh, yeah.
Promise you that. But before the game, I got to check out a Louisville City victory over the Las Vegas Lights. That was really fun. Can't beat that. And today, boys, it was a big day at work. I can't lie. I hosted a chili cook-off.
Yo,
it was a good time. So
I'm jealous. That's awesome.
Got to sample chili all afternoon. That was nice.
Ooh.
And then got home, cooked the lady and I a steak,
Ooh.
butchered up a chuck roast from the start into some steaks.
Oh.
Gotta love it, fellas. It's been quite a Monday. And now I get to end it off talking about St. Louis City with you guys, just talking about our weeks. I can't wait for it. And honestly, Jacob and I, we're slightly not on the same team this week. We got a little bit of beef matched up in fantasy football. And I'm not even really proud to be bringing this up because Jacob is smacking me around this week. Pure B2A. Credit to our man.
Left no points on the bench either. Well, I still have Derrick Henry and Jahmyr Gibbs to play. But as far as running backs go, I left no points on the bench. So, yeah. Real quick into my weekend. It started Friday, like everybody else's weekend. First, it started with heading to Ross to pick up some home essentials and trying to get into the coming holiday spirit. I'm about
There we go.
3/4 of the way into painting a ceramic pumpkin.
There we go.
Which I didn't think I was going to enjoy, and then I started enjoying it. Then I had Gio and Josh come in for the weekend because our friend Andrew, he's shipping out to an undisclosed location for the U.S. Air Force. He actually leaves tomorrow, so this was kind of the weekend bash. So his girlfriend threw together a fantastic surprise send-off party that took place on Saturday. But brews were flowing Friday night. Played darts, got smoked. Played pool, did the smoking in pool. Then Saturday rolled around. Shout out Grayson for watching Bandit because I didn't get home till after 3:30 in the morning. Lots of beverages of all flavors, shapes, and sizes were consumed on Saturday, and I am here announcing that I'm swearing off alcohol until probably the very next holiday. So
that kind of weekend.
We'll see you on
it was pretty
Thanksgiving.
brutal. Took a nap yesterday during football, which if you know me, you know that that's a big deal. I don't like to miss a down, let alone damn near all of the second half of the 3 o'clock games.
You was swamped.
Yeah.
Roommate can confirm.
Yeah. Kind of honestly woke up a little hungover this morning, but I feel great now.
In other roommate news, we got a couch
We got a
today. We
couch.
got a couch today.
We
Whoa!
got a couch.
Big
It's
steps.
It's
green. It looks cool. We can add to the comfiness of it, but
yeah.
I'm digging it. I'm
Hey,
happy
we
with it.
have one. It's
I'm
better
content.
than
That's
either the
awesome.
floor or the old school floor gamer chairs. For
Pretty
real
solid.
ball knowers, you know what I'm talking about.
The ones that when you lean too far, you cannot get back up.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
there's nothing like watching a St. Louis City game on the floor of your apartment. Done it myself in
I've
year
done it
one.
many, many
Good
times.
times. Good times. Speaking of St. Louis City this weekend, gentlemen, we got to watch a fantastic game. We
Hell
were
yeah.
treated to, yeah, someone was a little busy. But we were treated to a 3-1
3-1.
victory over
Oh
the
yeah.
San Jose Earthquakes. And wow, I mean, frankly, I was not expecting it.
at all.
Somebody was because Jacob, clap it up, might have gotten a prediction right this year
Wow.
for the first time.
I didn't
Uh,
get a single one right last year for those of you that were here for our City Boys awards presented by the City Boys episode.
Great episode,
So
by
the
the
fact
way.
that I'm 100% better than I was last year.
Woo!
You might have already had a prediction this season. I'll have to go back and rewatch them and double
Huge
check we didn't
steps.
miss one, but I mean, not bad. That's a pretty good call.
We're just growing in all facets of our podcasting game, gentlemen. Proud of us. Proud of
Oh
us.
yeah.
Pats on the back.
Well, let's go ahead and get in this match. I know Jacob is going to run us
Yeah.
through the lineups this week.
So rotated in two positions lineup this week. One of them stood out above the other, and we are definitely going to get into it. But a typical St. Louis City 4-2-3-1 with Roman Burki, MLS Matchday snub, Roman Burki
Whack,
Very much snubbed.
whack.
in between the sticks. Conrad Vollum out at right back, who also had himself an incredible performance. Kyle Hebert makes his way into the starting 11. I was confused by it. Also, again, I was inebriated. So, why was Kyle Hebert starting as center back?
That was because Falu Fall was down for an illness, so
Yep.
he'll be back in a couple of days. And Kessler's also day to day with a muscle issue. So just playing it safe for the weekend. I was a little worried, but not bad. Not bad.
Well, next to him, Timo Baumgartel into the starting 11, and Devin Padelford, however you want to pronounce his last name, out at left back. Then we had Chris Durkin and Edu in that holding double pivot role. Pretty typical of us. Brendan McScorely makes his way into the starting 11. First start, right? First start.
First MLS start.
First MLS start for Brendan McSorely. Hell of a game.
Oh
Marshall
yeah.
Hartel in the 10, Celio Pompeo on the left, and Zhao Klaus, FIFA brain, Zhao Klaus up top. We had Simon Betcher make his way onto the field, Thomas Totland getting some more minutes, Alfredo Morales, Seth Antwi with back-to-back subbing in matches, and Makai Joyner in. So we're seeing a little bit of that injection of the young blood into the matches towards the end of the season, although we're still not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs.
Well, honestly, I love that Critchley started Brendan McSorley. He has been in good form really since the Aston Villa game. He has fully earned this, in my opinion. And then we get to see a 45-minute cameo from Makai Joyner play the entirety of the second half. So from my perspective, all the credit to Critchley. We were basically pleading for the youth to be seeing minutes in these games going forward, and we have got it. They have made impacts in a big way. And honestly, it's not that Celio had himself a bad game. Giving up the penalty wasn't a great, mark on the match, but I preferred Makai Joyner in this game to Celio Pompeu, and I don't think I'm alone in that camp. So I think that we can expect to see more of that going forward. As far as Seth Antwi is concerned, I think he could use a longer cameo. I think he's played around 10 to 12 minutes in the combined matches, so it's just hard for me to really develop a full opinion on him just yet. But So far, so good. He hasn't placed a foot wrong to make me think he should not be getting substitute time for St. Louis City.
Yeah, he looks good. Um, just sent in to kind of shore things up at the back. We also brought in Morales as well. So we had a couple of defensive midfielders on the field at the end of the game. Um, so I was pretty happy with how Critchley handled the substitutions to kind of finish that match out and stay strong to the end of the 90.
It's been
Also
a
important to note, this is our second consecutive road victory.
wow.
Insane.
Wow.
First
Has
time we've
that
done
happened
that
since year one?
since 2023, summer of 2023. First
Wow.
time since then. Insane. So I'm feeling pretty good. Like,
Yeah, I hate to say it. Like, it's not like it is going to have the biggest impact as far as our season goes, but like, I
yeah,
bet David Critchley feels super vindicated. That quote that we posted up that we are becoming a good team. And well, he is
we're getting there.
correct on that front.
You know what's crazy? What's really crazy? I've been extremely busy the last two match days, so I actually haven't sat down and watched the match, and the outcome has been a St. Louis City victory.
Hmm.
So I might just have to boycott the rest of the season
Are you
personally.
the
Just
problem?
don't watch.
I'll take one for the entire city if it means we dub out and everybody else L's out.
Now, that is the mark of a real fan. Not watching your team for their success.
That's
Hats
so
off,
brutal.
brother.
I'm
I think I
not
might rather
I
watch my team fail.
I don't want to do it for the heroism, for any of the wonderful things that you
The
could say about
accolades.
me that like are extremely accurate, and the definition of it is just a picture of me not watching St. Louis City play soccer. You would be absolutely correct, but that's not what I'm going to do it for. I'm going to do it as just a favor to the city at my own peril.
What a
I,
guy. What a
yeah, I
guy.
mean, frankly, in my book, you're a candidate for head coach.
I'm basically Batman if you think about it.
Speaking of candidates for head coach, I think it's been a point of contention for David Critchley, at least in my book, how he has managed our games. Of course, we have been historically very poor in the second half, more specifically after the 75th minute. I think at least in these last two games, we've looked a lot better in those stretches, and I think that Critchley deserves a lot of credit for his game management. I know that really no one on this podcast is the biggest fan of Alfredo Morales, but I think for those short stints where his role is to shore up a game and not pull the strings for an attack or be that glue between the defense and midfield, I think he's just fine for that. And he performed in that role.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's all our notes on the lineup, gentlemen. Are we ready to get into these goals?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Conveniently, there are three of them, also like I predicted earlier. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the first one, gents. It is Brendan McSorley's debut goal. It's a cross, which we've come to expect from the side, but the one giving the cross is Chris Durkin from the left wing position, practically crosses it in over to João Klaus's massive FC 26 head, who heads it back across the net to a flying kick. Some of us on this podcast call it a volley. Others don't know what to call it. You tell us what it's called in the comments below. But McSorley flying kicks this ball into the back of the net. City up 1-0. McSorley first goal in his senior side MLS career. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And
He's
it was a
solid.
big one. It was 10 minutes into the game,
Yeah, like
right? It came
9:40,
early
like right
on.
on the edge.
And I can't lie, I was kind of thinking to myself, ooh, it is pretty early on. Ooh, that is an
Mm,
early time to score a goal. And to be fair, San Jose did respond in the 31st, but not before Marcel Hartel would get on the score sheet. And honestly, the reason I wanted to talk about this goal is not even the finish, which is incredible and goal of the match day worthy. It's Chris Durkin because he's not facing the goal at all. His back is facing the goal. He's just on the other side of the attacking side of the halfway line, and he just hoofs it. He just sends this thing into the stratosphere. I'm pretty sure it might have doinked off the moon before coming back down to earth. Brandon McSorely would essentially bring it down for Marcel Hartel. Hartel would take a touch, half turn, and what do you call this? Like a chip half volley over the
Yeah.
goalkeeper into the far post in disgusting finish. It's made me forget my words. It was so nasty. And yeah, for me, easy goal of the week, goal of the match day. Marcel Hartel would make it 2-0.
It was really surprising that he got that good of a connection on that turn because that was pretty nuts. Um, I also wanted to point out that there was a lot of talk about the relationship between McSorely and Klaus, and I just thought it was so nice that Klaus taught him how to do that assist right before. Uh, just good build up there, and also to Durkin, he's putting it in a dangerous area. He doesn't know where, but it's somewhere behind him.
I thought it was so funny because I could put myself there mentally because he fucks up the chest settle. It just bounces straight up and behind him. So in his head he was, oh shit, and then just clears it upfield.
He knows pressure's coming, and he makes the right decision.
It was beautiful.
It worked out.
It worked out real nice.
I will say to keep City fans humble as far as goal of the match day. There is kind of a piss rocket come out of RSL this weekend that definitely gives
nice.
this goal a run for its money.
It was
Okay.
it was pretty nasty. It was pretty nasty. And it scared the shit out of me because we needed RSL to lose this weekend,
Yeah.
and they opened the scoring. But we'll talk about LAFC and RSL a little bit more coming up here. But let's get back to the City game. Let's talk about that pen real quick. We'll just brush on it. It was Arango facing up with Celio. It's really soft, but Celio clips his ankle and Chicho goes down hard like the little guy he is. He's going to take that dive whenever he can. He did send Burki the wrong way, but we'll talk about Burki because he definitely redeems himself 9 times in this match.
Yeah.
9 more times.
Stunner of a match.
There's an insane save at the end of the match that I'll talk about a little bit coming up. But let's talk about this next St. Louis City goal because it would be McSorely again getting not only his first MLS goal, but his first MLS brace because he gets another one here, starting with Conrad Vollum, who's been in form. He stands up his defender, hits him with a little cha-cha, has him doing a little dance in place, feeds it over to Hartel, who's wide open. Hartel, beautiful cross, looping into the box, and McSorely gets a contested header, places it bottom corner. Daniel, the goalkeeper from San Jose, cannot get to that. It's just too good. And yeah, that almost cements McSorley's man of the match, but it would be a goal line clearance as well.
Yeah,
I believe in the 60th minute or so. San Jose is starting to turn up the heat. They're starting to get a bunch more chances. I did say I liked the center back pairing for this week with Hebert and Timo. I don't think they played poorly at all, but there was there was a lot of chances for San Jose to score, and we got bailed out by Roman Burki many, many times. So I do need to give Burki the love there, but there was a shot in the box. It sneaks past Roman, and McSorely is there on the line to stop it from going in. Like literally stops Arango from point blank, just crossing the line himself. But somehow he gets this insane goal line save off to keep it at 3-1 here. Absolutely massive. Absolutely massive.
Just on McSorley's second goal, Grayson,
Mhm.
the first time felt so nice. He had to do it twice. Are you kidding me? What a dog goal.
2
I mean,
headers.
that is a player
Nasty.
playing with something to prove if I've ever seen it. I mean, the way that he fearlessly goes into that header, I don't know if anyone listening to this has ever gone into a header right on the goal line, but there's this guy standing there on the goal that can use his hands.
Yeah.
And pretty often he will form those hands into two fists. And
Yeah.
then what he does is he punches the soccer ball. But the thing about being right next to him is that your head is shaped a lot like a soccer ball. So
Yeah.
sometimes that connection can easily make it onto your head. So for
Yeah.
him to just get stuck in there like that is courageous, it's ballsy, and that is Brandon McSorely. Ooh.
And I mean, he came out looking like a player who's played before. Like he's been in this league before. This is his debut, man. So I'm very excited to see uh what he can do because he's definitely earned a spot for the next game. Hopefully the remainder of the season we'll get to see a lot more of him.
On that topic, Grayson, I think that kind of poses it just sparked a good question in my mind. McSorely is in great form right now, just had 2 goals and an assist in his first start. Sangbin Jong is most likely going to be able to return against LAFC. He was out this week due to personal reasons. I think he actually was back in Korea handling some business. I hope everything's all right. But with that being said, if you're Critchley, do you stick with McSorely or go back to Sangbin Jung? I think I'm probably going to stick with McSorely, boys.
I think you have to if you're a coach who um makes his team sheet based on merit, based on earning it. Uh, it is McSorely out and out. Song Bin's been electric since he's joined this team. Caused a lot of problems, but the goal scoring hasn't been all there yet. He's kind of been unlucky to not score some of these goals and chances he's gotten. What I wouldn't be surprised if Celio makes way. He's been having not even majorly poor performances, but just isn't firing on the level of Sung Bin and
Sure.
McSorley at this point. So I
Yeah, you're
wouldn't
not
be
wrong.
surprised if we get another shift. Ostrich is still, he was a very informed player and he's made way so that we could get some more, 1v1 attacking wingers instead of having Hartel pushing our creativity out to the left side of the pitch. So I think Critchley's got some he's got a lot of answers to the same question. I think he is going to make the decision based on, who he thinks can be successful against LAFC. And LAFC, they don't always have the strongest defense, but they do have a strong midfield and a strong attack. We'll get more into LAFC later.
Yeah, don't
Um,
worry.
but Jacob, how do you feel?
I was gonna say basically what you said, Grayson. I think what ends up happening is we see Songbin on the right and McSorley on the left in this next match. I think Songbin's pace and technical ability is more important than Celio's um mid-level performances of taking these 1v1s on.
Mm,
So having two really, really rapid because McSorley, yeah, he's a goal scorer right now, but he's
underrated quickness.
also very, very pacey. So I'd like to see our wings be as fast as LAFC's wings and this game really open up in an attacking sense.
I wonder who'd
Wow.
win in a foot race, McSorley or Betcher.
McSorley.
Besser is pretty fast though, I will say. But yeah,
I
right
like
now
the
I'm taking
dog
McSorley.
right now.
I'm taking
I
McSorley.
don't know, man. I'm gonna sit on the fence for this one. I don't know.
So far, McSorley's not on fraud watch, but Simon Betcher is.
Mm.
He's been there for some time.
So I'm gonna take the young kid. He's got the younger, faster twitch muscles, quicker reflexes. The sound "g" in "go" on that race hits his ears a little bit faster.
Fair
The
play,
name,
gentlemen.
the nickname McScorely, it fits.
Fire.
So you gotta. He makes the 11 just for that.
Mick Sprintly too.
Makes Brentley.
Just make anything. We'll figure it out. McCity.
Uh, Well,
Um,
gents, you got any more points on this game, or are we ready to get into our 3 points?
um, this match, I don't know. I feel I feel pretty good. I'm pretty much gonna talk about exactly what I have left to say, so I'll leave it up to you
Yeah,
guys.
I'd say hit it, brother.
All right, word. Because for me, it needs to be said after seeing this game and the repeated heroics, not only in this match, but in the last couple of matches. As soon as we sign a new sporting director, I think the first name we look at re-signing is Roman Burki. If McSorely didn't have such an insane game, then I think Burki definitely would have gotten man of the match and deserves man of the match because he saved our asses 9 times in this match. Um, he had he'd faced 10 shots on target. The one he missed was McSorley's goal line clearance. He had 16 shots inside the box coming at us. The rest of them got blocked, so good on the defense there. But I was kind of fuming when I saw that the MLS announced the team of the week because Roman Burki missed out. And I was happy to see that Marcel Hartel and, of course, Brendan made the starting 11, or Brendan made the starting 11, Hartel made the bench. But I believe that Roman Burki deserved to be maybe in the starting 11, but definitely deserved to be on the bench compared to the players he was up against. Uh, I mean, so let's go over it because Brad Stuver got man of the match, or got starting goalkeeper of the week, and he had a good game. Honestly, I can't lie. Looking at the numbers, he only had 5 saves, and Jacob and I, before the episode, did sit down and watch the highlights. And I can't lie, I was hate watching. I was ready to call Stuver out, and just put him on fraud watch. But he really did actually earn man of the match. He had a lot of crazy saves to earn Austin a win there. But I will have to call Matt Freeze a fraud. He should not be on the team of the week this week. He did save a penalty, but that's the only thing he did in this
It
game.
was also a trash penalty.
Yeah, it was a terrible penalty from Zaha. He guessed the right way, and it was like a pass to the bottom corner. It was too easy. Did nothing else that entire match because NYC was handling their business against Charlotte. But to me, yeah, I just don't see it. I mean, Roman Burki saved the game for St. Louis here as San Jose generated, I think, like an XG of almost 4 goals. But
Oh
Burki was
well.
able to pull it out of the top corner from a header. Uh, just a bunch of absurd saves. And I think he deserves a new contract because if Matt Freeze can earn a contract, and I was telling Jacob about this, I think it's kind of embarrassing the way that they treated Matt Freeze with this contract renewal. They were just milking it. They're milking it like
Yeah.
he's like their best player. And I guess he might be, but
It was cringy.
it was
Cringy. The announcement was quite cringy to go on the
Mm.
Men in Blazers podcast. And then it looked like as they were wrapping up the episode, that's when they announced it in front of a live audience. And it wasn't like a crazy loud reception to it. It was kind of like mixed woos and claps. And it was just like, ah.
Well, yeah, because how enthusiastically are you supposed to respond to?
You're not. It's supposed to be an
Yeah,
Instagram post, and that's it.
like
yeah, too
I will
professional.
freak out when we re-sign Roman Burki, but that's different. We're re-signing Roman Burki versus Matt Freeze, who saved a penalty. Congratulations, man. All I'm saying is I'm hating on Matt Freeze a lot, but all I'm saying is Roman deserves the respect. He deserves the recognition. At least EA Sports got it right, naming him as the best keeper in the league by quite a distance. I think he's like ranked, he's like 77 rated. He's pretty solid. He's definitely the best player on our team. Uh, but for me, it's got to be re-signing Roman. I know it's possible he does end up going to LA Galaxy. It's possible, but Roman has never let that affect him. I know he actually just had that spout with Celio in practice, and I hope that the frustrations of being on a shitty team that we are right now doesn't get to him because he is quite literally our hero.
Well said, Grayson. I also think that we should be putting Roman Burki's pen to paper as soon as we have someone in place to do so, if
Yeah,
not even beforehand.
make him a DP again. Give him a very, very player-friendly contract and sign him for the next 3 years. Give him a 3-year contract extension.
Yep,
I'm
I'd
down.
be
Honestly,
perfectly okay with that.
I'm down.
Well, I kind of think that we should wrap up with Jacob's point because I like it a lot. So I'm
Okay.
going to head into my point and say short and sweet that I think that David Critchley was right. I alluded to this earlier with his quote from the post-game press conference after our win against Montreal, where he said that we are becoming a good team. And I think that what we saw against the San Jose Earthquakes was essentially a fully realized St. Louis City team. Despite even having a missing starter at the center back position, I thought that we looked almost as solid defensively as we've looked all year. I know that Roman Burki did have to make 9 saves, which isn't a great mark for the defense. But if I can think of a few moments where I thought that Kyle Hebert and Timo Baumgartl both looked better than they had in previous iterations this season. And of course, Roman Burki is a complete stud. Not to mention, I've been really impressed with Padelford, what he adds on defense, as well as running over almost every time to take no matter what long throw and what those opportunities give us. I really like. It's great to see Conrad Votlum catching form. I wish that he had done this like 5 or 6 games ago, but I'm not going to complain. It is nice. And we have essentially known all season that Chris Durkin and Edu Lovin would be the twin pivot role, which I had never heard it described as until I think the match. But I liked how that sounds for those two because that is how they act in that they complement each other, and Chris Durkin does free up Edu Lovin to do a lot of the dirty work. So I've been really happy watching St. Louis City, at least these last couple of games. I am very excited to catch them in person against LAFC. And I think that Critchley's right. I don't know if he has done enough yet in my book to earn the full-time head coaching role, but I don't disagree with them at all. I think that St. Louis City are becoming a good team, and we are starting to, I think, at least see glimpses of what we could see next season as well.
My main thought process in keeping him on as the head coach going into next season is something City has really lacked over the last 2 seasons is consistency from a manager standpoint. We
True.
went from Carnell to Hackworth, from Hackworth to Olaf, Olaf to Critch, and in that entire time, City have not been a good team, even though we're becoming a good team now. And I think we can attribute a lot of that to consistency from one mind leading 26 minds, as opposed to having multiple different points of view come in throughout a season to try and switch things up. So that's my main thought as why to keep him on. Now, I don't know what the short list looks like. Maybe some name recognition might push Critchley out of my number one option right now. Um, but yeah, what do you think, Grayson?
Yeah, when we were talking about the post for this weekend and um, if we believe that Critchley can handle it, um, I kind of got carried away and I did write a lot about it. So please go check out the Instagram post and check out my full answer there. So I'll kind of give you a shortened one here. I think Critchley's done enough to earn his name in the conversation. I think City deserves its due diligence. Like I think City should shop around and see if there's anyone that just really fits our vision. But I've really enjoyed what Critchley's done recently, at the beginning of his stint, there was a couple decisions regarding the starting lineup and maybe like how some things were handled near the ends of games. We still struggle a lot with giving up matches, but we're starting to improve. So I do agree that he's done a good job of turning around this team. He is now statistically the best coach we've had, I believe, aside from our first coach. He's better than Olaf and Hackworth.
Our
Um,
second winningest coach.
yeah, he's our second winningest coach. He's reduced the goals allowed just slightly below Melberg's, and the output is above Melberg's, of course. I mean, we couldn't score for fucking anything. So I'm pleased with Critchley. I'm not, jumping out of my seat to sign him, but I think he's solid, and I do think with time he could do a job here, especially giving him an off season and giving him a sporting director that will help fill his vision for what the team should be is very important too. So yeah.
Well said. Well said. That's all I got.
So I'm gonna round it out with my point and gonna give credit where credit's due. STL Citizens had a fantastic breakdown on everything that needs to happen from this most recent match day to the last match day in order for City to make the playoffs. Now, I think in this one, two teams that we needed to lose did end up winning or not losing. I have to go look at the results. But as far as match day 34, which is the one that just took place, is uh, concerned, we needed RSL to lose to LAFC, which did take place. Needed FC Dallas to lose to Colorado, which I think that's one of the teams I'm concerned about.
FC Dallas did win at Colorado. They're the team in
Okay.
ninth place, but they won. They won their match.
Sporting Kansas City to lose to Vancouver, which they did. They are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, you fucking tossers. Houston to lose to Portland.
Houston beat Portland 1-0.
Okay, so those were the two results. However, we're still not mathematically eliminated. So then we're going to roll to match day 35, which I'm not going to get into 36, 37 because those don't matter if this weekend doesn't play out how we needed to. RSL lose to Austin, which Grayson and I concur, and I want your opinion on this, Ethan. Austin is in form right now, and RSL is not. So I like the odds of Austin taking home the victory here. FC Dallas to lose to Portland, which Portland just lost to Houston. But I do like the edge of Portland over FC Dallas.
Me too.
The Quakes to lose to San Diego, which I really like
Yeah.
that matchup for San Diego. They are really freaking good.
They are very good.
And then Nashville to beat Houston, which I think Nashville has the edge over Houston. It's going to be a scrappy match, but I think Nashville are a better side. And then if this does not happen, nothing else matters. Because I think at that point we would be eliminated mathematically from playoffs. We have got to beat LAFC this weekend.
Yeah.
Absolutely have to take 3 points off LAFC this weekend.
Out of all of those, that is by far the biggest hurdle.
And
It's
I
in
think
our
it's
hands.
the toughest matchup too.
It
Like
is.
of all the other games, I think we are the largest underdog.
Yeah, Austin and
Yeah.
RSL are pretty well matched up.
I mean, even if we were facing like another big name in the MLS, we've pulled off some upsets before, but LAFC always seems to dog on us. I think have we beaten them once in our I think we've maybe.
I think there's a stat out there where they've outscored us like 13-3.
Historically, they give us the business.
Denny
Yeah.
Bouanga is part-time owner of St. Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm gonna say that I think it is completely plausible that Austin beats RSL. I think that Brad Stuver is a really good goalkeeper and that RSL are missing a bona fide goal scorer. I think Diego Luna started off the season absolutely red hot and has slowed down quite a bit since I think that red card suspension that he had to serve, even though they overturned the red card.
I think he's
So,
slowed down since the Gold Cup, since
yeah,
returning back from Gold Cup.
I think that's also very fair, Jacob. So I think that, in my opinion, Austin have still been really underperforming this season, but I think for our sake, I'm going to remain delusionally hopeful, even though I know that the reality is that even though we're not mathematically eliminated from playoff contention, we are mathematically eliminated from playoff contention.
I mean, do we kind of just want to do our LAFC kind of
Yeah, this
preview
is
right
feeding
now?
right into it. Yeah.
And then
Yeah, we'll
we'll
hop back
circle
around to
back. We'll
Kid
circle back.
Clash
Yeah.
because it needs its own section for sure.
I just LAFC has such an insanely good offense this season
Yep.
that I do think, giving Fall and Kessler a break from this match will be helpful. Hopefully we have them both back. I'm not too sure about Kessler, but I'm sure we'll have Fall back. Um, but we need Burki to stand on his head again because I don't know if we can hang with Bouanga and Son. I mean,
And
Son
Martinez.
and Martinez.
Yep.
They have a
Um,
nasty, nasty front three.
I mean, Bouanga has 22 goals and six assists this season.
Ew.
Son has 6 goals and 3 assists, 2 assists,
In
and
4 games?
seven
Not to
games.
mention he's
Okay.
starting up front for them. He started up
Yeah.
front for them against RSL.
And yeah, he's always to me, I mean, he couldn't replace Harry Kane when they were at Tottenham, but when Kane was out and Son got to play striker, he always looked so lethal. And we just saw him do it against USA the other day when he tore up the US playing as a striker. So honestly, I really don't feel too good about this game, other than the fact that St. Louis is in form. We just won 2 back-to-back games on the road. Our offense is flying. Our defense isn't, but Berkey is. So I don't know. I I do predict that we lose this game. I
Damn.
I do think we're gonna lose this game 2-1, but I say that hoping I can pull a Jacob here.
But I didn't. The fucked up thought process there is the soccer gods called my bluff.
Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me though. So I don't know. I can't say that we're gonna win, but I really hope we do.
You sucked any win that could have possibly been in my sails just right out of them.
I'm sorry.
I don't think you're incorrect. One thing I do think that you are forgetting is that City Park is a fucking fortress.
That's true. It's gonna be home. Possibly all three City Boys will be there. Possibly on the field. You never know. Couple injuries. We'll fill in.
Also, a City Boy's mom is going to be in attendance for this match.
And two, my mom is gonna be there as well, actually, and my dad.
Amazing.
Okay, so it sounds like I got to bring my mom.
We gotta
City
get the city
gang.
moms.
City gang. The entire City family is gonna be there. If you're watching this episode, you should be there. This is the most needed win of the season. I think everyone's got to show out. Like Jacob was saying earlier, not everyone though, because I still need to buy a ticket. So
Right,
like chill, maybe just a little bit. But
right.
but after I get my ticket, everyone else get theirs, and then we go and we ride.
Yeah, if
Or,
anyone,
a fan of the pod that like is on vacation or something, can't make the match. So you just got like 6 tickets. Or I guess your parents have tickets.
Yeah, we're chilling.
5 tickets hanging around.
show us some
Generously,
love.
generous donation. St. Louis City, um, you've had some decisions lately that have made the fans quite angry. Now's a chance to get us back on your side, right? Let's go.
I'm going to go the opposite direction of Grayson because
Good.
I think that even though LAFC are also red hot, so are we right now. City Park is a fortress, like just like Greg. Oh my God, Jacob mentioned
Great.
Jacob.
Jacob, my guy. So I'm gonna go for a St. Louis City victory, and I'm gonna choose Joao Klaus to score a goal in a 3-2 victory.
I love that. I'm gonna pick Brendan McSorely
Oh, good pick.
before Jacob does.
That's really upsetting because I was gonna hit it with the Adele for my hometown. I know he's not from St. Louis, but he did come through the City 2 ranks.
Drafted by us.
And well, you boys put me in a bind here. You said 2-1 against us, Gray.
Yes.
You said 2-1 for us, Ethan.
3-2 for us.
Oh, Treyway. Well, then I'm gonna run it back. Cause fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. Somehow, don't know how, City's only gonna hold LAFC to 1 goal.
We're gonna do it.
Don't know how that's gonna take place. And then on the flip side, the City's gonna score 3 goals. We're gonna bag 3 against a mediocre at best back line for LAFC. And you took Klaus, you took McScorely. I'm gonna give the kid who's gonna be finishing up his loan spell at the end of the season, Conrad Vallum,
Wow. There you go.
the nod to score in this match.
I think we sign him too. I've been hearing a lot of rumors about him. I think we're gonna sign him.
I think we'd have to clear quite a bit of payroll unless we sign him to a
Yep.
DP contract, which would be kind of insane because
He's not gonna get
he
DP.
hasn't he's not in like a DP position
No.
that you'd want to spend a lot of
We
money
sign a
on.
DP, right back, left back, CDM. No.
A DP goalkeeper, right back, and then
Striker.
another DP striker.
It ain't happening.
Yeah,
No.
we'd have to clear a lot of money.
I don't think that
But
much, honestly.
I don't know.
I saw a good breakdown of it online. I think we'll be all right. We can make it work.
the thing is, I don't think we can afford his transfer fee, which is why we'd have to clear a lot of money.
Oh, I don't. I think we'll be fine with that too.
I mean, I don't know what's sitting in Carolyn Kindle's bank. I'd love to see it if you want to throw some this way,
Throw
but
some tickets to the game.
I don't know if it's in our cards. So I won't allow my delusion to go that far.
I don't think re-signing Conrad Vallum is delusional. I'll put it that way. Let's wait. Any final notes on the breakdown for LAFC before we move on?
I think that our basically only hope is that they rest Jenny Bouanga and start Son and other starters getting ready for the playoffs.
Oh, I thought you said arrest Denny Bouanga. I was like, what?
They can do that too. I would not be upset.
I
He
don't know
seems
what
like
he did.
easy to get
deserve
into
this.
his head. So like maybe we catch him outside of the stadium, get him to hit one of us, really take one for the city.
I'm gonna go down hard. I'm gonna go down so hard they're gonna give us a penalty before the game starts. Like, hey, you killed a fan outside, so pen. He's also got a ponytail now, so someone could make fun of him for that, and that might get to him.
We're an anti-bullying podcast, so don't do that.
That's so what? You started this.
Well,
Um,
I want to get back into. I'm unashamed to say it. It's my favorite segment of our podcast, Kick Clash.
see that. Yeah, let's get into it. Ring that bell, baby. Ring that bell.
Ding, ding, ding.
Uh, yeah, I mean, we were talking about it. The MLS Throwback Kids came out with some heaters this year. Good on Adidas. And we had talked about there being possibly multiple 10 perfect 10 rated kits. And I was low-key a hater. I said there's got to be one that's above all the rest. And to me, it happens to be this kit, the San
Mm,
Jose Clash kit, perfectly
mm.
named for this segment. We've got the little scorpion on the logo. The colors are fantastic. Or is it a scorpion? Or
It's a
like,
scorpion.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's Jose Clash.
It's Jose Clash.
How
I
could you
mean,
forget?
also great name. Like, I love that. The kid is super nice. The only thing that almost takes away some points from it are the shorts. I felt like watching it during the game, the shorts almost didn't fit perfectly with the kit, but I don't know how else they could have done it better. For me,
Mm.
it's a perfect 10. I'm gonna give it a 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow that right up, Grayson. This is another perfect 10 kit in my eyes. I don't, I genuinely like even down to the back of the kit sponsorship on the ass, the El Camino Health.
Yeah.
That's gas, bro. El Camino Health is a fire name. So, yeah, 10 of 10.
We'll take it.
Yep, just like Grayson and Jacob said, 10 out of 10. For me, it is impossible not to like this kit. First of all, the badge being their old San Jose Clash badge and having the scorpion is fantastic. Also, I love the colors on this. I know that's not like an in-depth critique or, it's not super artistic of me, but like I love the colors on this. The green, the yellow mixing with the red. Yeah, I would wear this jersey. And honestly, after we did the City Boys spotlight episode on the earthquakes, I if St. Louis City didn't exist, I'd probably support them. They are really cool in my book. So for me, perfect 10. And depending on how the prices are looking after the season, I might acquire this one.
It's on sale right now for $127.
Maybe on
Sale?
sale after the
You
season.
said sale?
I was waiting for you to say a sale
So
price.
it started at 160, so
Ugh,
Also ridiculous.
$33 off. They could be yours.
what a deal. What a steal.
But
Um,
I think any grab bags?
I do have one grab bag.
I have one grab bag as well.
Okay, I'm
Should we
gonna need
say
to
it? We should say it both
grab
at the
a
same
bag to
time.
pick up Bandit's poop here in a couple minutes. So let's get rolling.
Grayson, go first.
Okay. Okay, fine. Today, St. Louis City has been linked with our first rumor for a sporting director. Is this what you were going to talk about?
It's what yeah, it's actually I had two things, I guess. So yeah, it is. Yeah,
Okay,
Lee
cool.
Dykes.
Lee Dykes is currently the sporting or technical director at Brentford in the Premier League at the moment. Um, he has come up through the lower leagues of England. He was a youth coach originally, did a lot of scouting, Crawley Town, Notts County, Oldham Athletic, chief scout at Carlisle, and then became assistant manager at Carlisle before becoming the sporting director at Bury, and then with his work at Bury, earned head of scouting at Brentford, and then 5 years later earned technical director at Brentford, where he currently still sits. This is his third season at the head, with some big notable transfers under his name. I mean, he facilitated the purchase and sale of Brian Mbeumo, currently at Manchester United. And I believe he made about $75 million profit for the club with that one because he got Mbeumo for $5 million. $5 million for a player is not far off from what St. Louis City could afford, as we had just dropped 4 mil completely, assuming it meets all the requirements, about 4 million for Fallu Fall. So I don't know if we have the power to sway him from leaving Brentford, who's like a Prem side. They're kind of struggling this season after losing Embuemo. They also lost Johan Wissa to Newcastle, so they lost a couple big players. But that is because he turned them around for massive profit for the club. So this is a guy who can make St. Louis City a ton of money. Um, of course, his background in scouting is really in depth. I actually just read an article of his that's on Brentford's website breaking down his 7 steps to scouting and what that looks like in his process. Um, I think he'd be amazing for the club. I don't know if we'll be able to pull him from a club like Brentford, but if we do, I have no doubt he'd do a fantastic job. Not
Wow.
bad.
Well, honestly, I just learned everything I wanted to know about him from you just now. So thank you for that breakdown, Grayson. That was really in depth. I would also think if I'm being honest, I didn't know who Let's Fantasy was until we signed him as a sporting director, and more than likely, I'm not going to know who the next one is until they are signed as our sporting director. So I'm going to hold off judgment and hope until pen is put to paper. But I think it's great that we are still in the season that we fired Lutz and looking like they said that we should and are.
I also like the caliber. Like this is definitely like a reach kind of uh, director goal, but I think it's great that St. Louis City is going for that caliber of director.
My only ask is the moment that we don't want to come of City being eliminated from playoff contention. I would like to see a sporting director announcement pretty quickly after that.
Agree.
I I actually kind of don't agree. I feel like the off season for me is where, like right at the beginning of the off season. I think St. Louis City needs to take their time, especially with this role, because whoever sits in this role is supposed to be in charge, pretty much in charge of the club. Like Gigliani has said it himself, he's not a technical person, he's a people person. So he's not capable of running this club. Carolyn Kindle is not capable of running this club. It's going to be the sporting director who we hire that's going to transform this club into what we need it to be. So I think we shouldn't rush it. I think we should at
Not
least take these
saying
4 games
I'm not
because
saying to rush, but I don't want another Olaf Melberg situation. Granted, it's two different roles,
Same.
but where we are mere weeks out from preseason beginning, and that's when we announce the direction basically that this club's going in.
sure, sure.
I'd prefer to see it maybe not the day we're eliminated from playoffs, but I don't want to be 80% through the offseason and still not have a head.
Yeah. I just think we got like 4 more weeks till the end of the season, and then we'll have playoffs, we'll have postseason, and then we'll have off season. So I think we have some time. We can chill, but we'll get there. And especially we're getting linked with this guy now. So I think St. Louis City's already been looking, I'm sure. And if they haven't, what the fuck are we doing? But they have. We
We've
get
said
there.
that a lot this year.
That's true. It's true.
Well, someone whose countdown has concluded is Mr. Ousmane Dembele, who won the Ballon d'Or today. The Ballon
Yes.
d'Or ceremony was literally this afternoon, and Ousmane Dembele was awarded as the best player in European soccer. And I think that was the correct decision. I think the past few years have been controversial, but I think that this year there will be none.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Part of me believed that Rafinha um was pushing him, but with the They PSG won the quadruple. Like they won the quad. Winning major trophies has always been a big part of the Ballon d'Or and the voting and how that works. And Barcelona just came up short this year. So, but what was interesting to me was that he didn't get second. Rafinha got, I believe, fourth, and it was Lamine Yamal that got second, playing for
Also
the same
deserved, in
team.
my opinion.
I think Rafinha just blew Lamine Yamal out of the water in terms of output. Even
I think on
also
the international stage,
blew
Yamal
him
has
out of the
been better.
water. That's true. Rafinha doesn't play for Barcelona or for Brazil as much. He actually just got rested. But
Yeah, I
it's
think
also
Yamal
kind of
has.
hard when the coach of Brazil is the coach of Real Madrid and he plays for Barcelona. Like I don't know if he's going to get those shouts.
But no, that's all. I'm ready to wrap this one up, fellas. I think I've said all the words that I can think of.
I also want to point out that I dropped 70 in FPL this week. That's all.
Wow,
That's all.
a champion.
Just had to sit on that.
Thank you.
Second place.
Okay, with that and everything that has been said, appreciate you for sticking around this long. If you've stuck around this long and you're not subscribed or a follower of the podcast, depending on which platform you are, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment if you are on YouTube. And if you are on Spotify, make sure you follow and rate 5 stars. However, most importantly, also this Saturday, do not forget to tell your mothers you love them. And when you see our mothers with us, you can give them love as well. We will return the love. Appreciate you. STL. 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 STL.